Hi, this is LCH again, and I am going to be doing the Furious review. So, after watching, before watching Toy Story 5, I decided to watch The Furious. And the reason why I decided to watch it was because I wanted to see um, martial arts. I wanted to see, because I'm a big fan of martial arts. I used to do karate and taekwondo. Um, I was a big fan of Jackie Chan. I'm a big fan of uh, of of Bruce Lee, um, Jet Li, all those things. Like I am a big fan of those, and I've appreciated the way of the arts of martial arts, and it has been a fantastic thing to see. And it's always been hype to actually see them. I just love the movement with the arms and the legs and the body movement and everything. Like it's fantastic. It's a fantastic time. So for Toy Story 5, I wanted to watch it because I have like a story with it that I've watched it since the first one. And it's now the third, the fourth, and the fifth one that I watched in the movies before. So, oh, in the second one, I actually, yeah, those four. I watched those four in the movies. I guess I could rewatch the first one. If there's like a rewatch of the first one in the movies, I'll go for it because like I could say that I watched all the Toy Story movies in the theaters, so that'd be great. And I would like to see it again, so that'd be cool. So, about the Furious, the movie is a martial arts movie. Like there's like most of the movie that it's not bloody, and then like later, there's more blood in it. I don't know why they did it that way. I think I would have preferred it if the whole thing was bloodied. But that's not unfortunately that's not how they did it. They actually did it in the way that I hold on. Okay. That it was just, how do I explain it? Yeah, I explained it just now that it was like the most of the movie wasn't bloodied, and then like in further in the climax, they started putting the more bloody parts. The movie does a lot of there's a lot of fighting in it. Whatever they use, they would use the weapon. Like if there was a ladder, they'll climb up the ladder and they keep fighting, and they go up to the other side and they attack them with the kicks and then the punches. And there's a lot of grabbing in it. There's a lot of like spins and kicks and flips, and the Chacho, the movement of these people is absolutely insane. Like it's crazy. It's crazy how they were able to do combat with each other, and how they were able to choreograph like all of these movements. Like, oh my god, like this reminds me of like Jackie Chan, because Jackie Chan was famous for using objects. They didn't use the objects that much here, but there were moments that when they used the objects, it reminded me of that. It reminded me of how Jackie Chan and and also other people, they would use the objects, like they would spin it, they would block, they would use the objects to block their opponent or push them away, or to, and like really fast, and everything would be really fast doing those things. So it reminded me of that. And it's just it's good. It's really good. It's really good. Um but yeah, the movie is about, it's about this girl that she feels like that she she feels like that her father doesn't want to spend time with her, and then he trains her to practice her martial arts. And by the way, he's a mute, by the way. While his daughter could talk. Um so him training her to do martial arts, she would practice them, and she hated doing it because she felt like she wasn't spending time with her father. Um, what's one problem with the movie is that they don't express the problems that they really have. They just have the problems and they never go back to the problems that they had before or anything. They just have the problems, and then after that they never go back and talk about the problems ever again. It's like they never happened. But this is the thing that actually caused her to be kidnapped in the first place, because she was having her hair cut, and she hated that she was having her hair cut because she wants to look pretty. She wants to, she wants to do other things besides from her expression, it looks like she wants to be more than just doing martial arts. She wants to, she wants to have friends. She wants to, be social. She wants to do more things, and the certain way of him, like, he's kind of like overprotective, the father. Not not overprotective, but like kind of like strict, that she has to do this, that she has to do martial arts. It's her safety, and it's safe. He told, which I do understand. I do understand from that, but he kind of overdoes it, because like it looked like as if she doesn't, like, she can't do, like, she makes it look like that she can't do like anything else, and seeing from that perspective, I just feel that that he shouldn't have been him, him doing that. Like, he shouldn't have been doing those things. Entiende? But that's how he was. So she got sick of him, and she said that he never cared about her. So she walks away from the barber shop, and he says to let her go because she's not going to come back regardless of what he says. So he decided to give her a break, and there's also this other woman that says that don't let her go because she's not going to come back. I know this because she has 3 daughters, she says, and that's basically what happens. So then all of a sudden there's this kid that says that he needs yeah, he needs help because there's an accident with his parents, I think it was a car accident with his parents. So she follows him, and then after following him, she gets kidnapped in a bag, and she gets placed into a truck. And what this is that it's basically uh, a business where they sell children, and they import them, and all this criminal stuff that goes on with that. And then it is time for him to actually save his daughter. And it opens up the fighting. One of the earliest fights opens up with him chasing the truck, and then just like these punches and this kicks, and then everything starts like it starts from there. But well, like the second fight, because there's a first one before, but it has to do with one of the characters from earlier, which is another character. uh what another character is looking for, one of the main characters is looking for, because one is looking for the daughter, which is the one chasing the truck, and the other one is the one chasing his wife. And his wife is I think it was an investigator. But yeah, he's investigating that, and he's looking for her. So it turns out that they're looking for their people. So they team up, and and it turns out to be their story altogether, because they're doing the same thing, trying to look for their people, and they have to do it with the same business that has to do with that, and they have to stop it. And boy, do they do that. There's a lot of people that have to do with this. There's this one part that there is like a lot of these people that they go up, and they how do I explain it? They enter the house, right? They enter the house, and it's like literally 2 people versus an army of a bunch of people. It's insane. It's insane. And they use the shield, and you've seen them in the trailer. To get one of them, they use the hammer, and he uses the hammer on them. Um, there's one uh that he's in a bot that the father is in a like in a UFC ring, and he has to fight these people, and he fights like each of them, and each of them is like one by one by one by one by one. Classic martial arts and fighting, because you know that if there's like three or five at the same time, you know that you'll be dead. But that's a classic. Those are just classic ways of them doing the fighting, because you know if it wasn't for that, then you know he wouldn't be able to do the fights that he would be doing. So that's basically what happens. So the movie has like these blood effects that is CGI, and it could be fake at times, and it's not as real as much. But regardless, but I feel like that you can forgive it because of the choreography that has been going on with this movie, and which is just it's great. It is great. How they did all these moves and all these punches and kicks and everything, because everything that goes on, you have to watch it for yourself, because there's a lot of things that are really fast in this movie, and just like just like scenes where you know they fell and then they move really fast, they roll over, or they go up, they go down, they go sideways, um they do flips, they do upward flip, backward flip at the oh my god, and there's like spin kicks to the right, spin kicks to the left, roundhouses, up punches of different kinds. Like they really mixed it up. They really mixed it up so that way the fights like will really have their own variety and everything. And there's one that this is crazy. There's one that there's the one with no hair that he worked for one of the villains uh that he speared, like he's like a bull and he spears like right into you, and he does that. They even do that, like very ruthless stuff, you know what I mean? Like they just do it straight at it. Like sometimes it's not even just martial arts, it's just like boom, they just go through it, and they just do it um with the attacks. And it's just great to see. um the villain is I like the villain. The villain is actually really interesting, because like you see like these bad, like he's this bad guy, and then he goes insane in one of the parts of the movies, and it's great. And there's also a scene that someone dies, and it's like, huh, what a unique way to that happened. And I don't think I think it's been a long time I've seen a death like that in the movie, you know what I mean? And seeing that happen, that was pretty unique. That's actually possible, that in real life that could happen, you know? Um so the kids, like, they're just there. They're just trying to save themselves, and trying to survive because they got kidnapped. Then there's the police. The police, at first there was at first they didn't want to be involved with anything, and then afterwards they started, but it was like the first commander was was didn't want to get involved, but then the second one was like, no, we have to stop it. So they go into the house, and they finally send all the police to send against all the people that went in, which was all the people that went against the two guys that I told you, which are the main characters of this film. So, and don't say with the fights too, there's also like eye poking. There's like it gets brutal, like in the end, like it gets like more like there's arrow shots, there's like decapitated arms and legs, there's like, I mean, it's not as brutal like, for example, Saw, or or something like really bloody. But there are certain parts that it is like decapitation of the arm, for example, and stuff like that. Like there's a few parts that are like that, and it does get bloodied, but it's not like it's not like how do I explain it? It's not like It's not like you see intestines and shit. It's not like that. But it is brutal. It is brutal. There are brutal scenes in this movie. Um. So yeah, what a throwback to the martial arts, man. This was this was a crazy movie. I actually enjoyed this movie. This was an actually enjoyable movie, man. Um the 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 thing that I didn't like about this movie though was that, oh, by the way, the movie, I thought it was foreign. I thought it was going to be a foreign movie, which it is foreign, but most of the people, they do talk English. Especially like some of the Asian characters. Well, actually, everyone is Asian, but well, what I mean is that like it's like they talk. Most of them talk English, and even like the one that doesn't talk English, he even writes in English to try to explain to the cops what happened to his daughter. So there's different things like that that happen in this movie. But it's mostly it's mostly English mixed with I think Chinese. I think. Excuse me if I'm getting that wrong, but yeah, they do mix those in. So what I didn't like about this movie was that there wasn't enough story with this film. Because it was like, oh, the daughter got kidnapped and that's it. And like I said, there's different things that they didn't explain, that they didn't really express with the characters, like for example the conflict between the daughter and the father. It's just they never explain it again, and he just gets the daughter, and and then everything else happens how they happen, but they don't go back to any of the problems or conflicts. There's like plot holes with the film. But which I think that's the only plot hole that there is. But the story, there's not really much. So if you're gonna go in for the story, I don't think this is your type of film. Um, but if you're gonna in it for the action and fighting, this is your go-to. So yeah, I'm gonna give The Furious a 7 out of 10. I think it's a great film. The reason I don't give it an 8 was because if the story was much better, I think I would have given it like an 8. So that's uh my honest review of this film. Pero I'm glad we watched it. My mother was glad that she watched it. I'm glad that I watched it. You're gonna enjoy yourself if you're gonna be looking for an action movie. Um, it's kind of like in it's kind of reminds me of like how good like Obsession was. Like this is how good it is for a fighting movie. So yeah, go out and watch this movie. Um, and also Toy Story 5. También, like, because Toy Story 5 is a good film. And it's not often that we get these films, so it's gonna be a real treat to actually uh to get to watch these films. And it's great moments that you're gonna have with them. So yeah, that was Furious, and that was Toy Story 5. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The both of the reviews. And yeah, I'm gonna be playing Resident Evil 7. Check me out for that. I'm gonna be streaming that uh in a little bit. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace, fuzzy. Ciao.